In the quiet heart of Willow Creek, a village so small it barely registered on any map, lived a boy named Ethan. Willow Creek was a place where opportunities were as scarce as shooting stars. A cluster of worn-down houses nestled among rolling hills and vast, silent cornfields. Most folks there lived out their days much like their parents and grandparents had, their dreams often as limited as the village's dusty main road. But Ethan was different. His eyes, the color of the summer sky, held a spark, a boundless curiosity that seemed too big for Willow Creek. From the moment he could string words together, Ethan talked about his dreams. Not dreams of a bigger farm or a newer tractor, but dreams of cities he'd never seen, of machines that could fly to the moon, and of ideas that could connect people across oceans. His parents, hard-working and kind, smiled patiently, though a hint of worry often creased their brows. How could a boy from Willow Creek, with no money and no connections, ever touch such distant horizons? Ethan's days were simple. He helped his father in the fields, his hands growing strong, but his mind was always elsewhere. He devoured every book the tiny village library had, even the outdated encyclopedias. He'd sketch inventions on scrap paper, his imagination fueled by the rustling leaves and the vast, starry nights that felt so close in Willow Creek. The other kids often teased him, calling him Dreamer Ethan, but he didn't mind. Their laughter was a faint whisper against the roar of his own aspirations. As Ethan grew, so did the weight of Willow Creek's limitations. College was a distant, unaffordable fantasy. Jobs were few and far between. It would have been easy to give up, to settle for the life laid out for him. But the spark in Ethan's eyes never dimmed. He started tinkering, first with old radios, then with broken-down engines. He taught himself rudimentary coding from dusty old textbooks found at a yard sale in a nearby town. His bedroom, once a simple space, became a chaotic workshop, filled with wires, circuits, and the hum of half-finished projects. His first real breakthrough came from a problem familiar to every Willow Creek resident: limited access to information. The village's internet was slow and unreliable, a luxury many couldn't afford. Ethan spent months, fueled by stale coffee and an unyielding belief, developing a simple, open-source communication system. It was clunky, held together by sheer willpower and repurposed parts, but it worked. It allowed Willow Creek residents to share information, even low-bandwidth videos, with each other and eventually with the outside world, without relying on expensive infrastructure. Word of Ethan's invention slowly spread, not through fancy advertising, but through the quiet, consistent success stories of Willow Creek. A farmer used it to get real-time weather updates. A grandmother connected with her grandchildren living hundreds of miles away. It was a ripple, not a wave, but it was a start. The real turning point came when a small tech blogger stumbled upon the Willow Creek story. Intrigued, they wrote an article, then a bigger tech news outlet picked it up. Soon, Ethan, the village innovator, was a minor sensation. Offers, initially small, began to trickle in. He was invited to speak at local tech meetups, then regional conferences. Each time he spoke, his voice, though still tinged with a small-town accent, carried a conviction that resonated deeply. He didn't talk about profit. He talked about connection, about empowering communities, about making the world a smaller, more accessible place. He moved to a city, a bustling metropolis that once existed only in his dreams. He founded a company, still driven by the same simple principle: technology should serve humanity, not complicate it. His initial communication system evolved, becoming more refined, more powerful, yet always remaining affordable and user-friendly. It became a tool for disaster relief, connecting isolated communities after natural catastrophes. It helped bridge the digital divide in developing nations, giving millions a voice and access to knowledge. Ethan, the boy from Willow Creek, was now a global figure, He stood on stages, addressing thousands, his simple, profound message reaching millions more through the very technology he helped create. He was no longer just dreamer Ethan. He was Ethan, the visionary who had shown the world that true innovation doesn't come from fancy degrees or privileged backgrounds, but from a persistent heart and a belief that even the smallest dream, when nurtured with perseverance, can indeed shake the world. He proved that no matter where you start, with enough courage and an unwavering belief in your dreams, you can achieve greatness and leave an indelible mark on humanity.